That rehearsal room, it is the funniest rehearsal room. It's the most laughter I've ever had in that space. And it's all spearheaded by Nancy.
There's always laughter. We're always laughing. I've never laughed so much.
I'd probably say the most rewarding rehearsal experience I've ever encountered.
We forget that actually what we're doing is pretty intense. And that's because we're so happy sort of talking and creating around it.
So Choir Boy is a coming-of-age story of 5 young boys, and we see them navigate through lots of things, through identity, through sexuality, but essentially we see them grow in 1 year while they're at school.
And within that, one in particularly special individual who stands out but is wonderful, but different, and is scrutinized for such things. Him having to navigate it, and his acceptance of himself and other people, and taking on responsibilities of being a human.
I think what Tarell does, he puts in so many like cultural references. And if you catch it, you catch it. And if you don't, you don't. I think the other thing that I find interesting about his writing, which is challenging to learn the lines, he writes so poetically.
Nothing in the show, no line, no anything that anyone says goes for nothing. Everything has a reason. And so you always feel like there's something to continue to find.
I was intrigued from a practical actor's perspective of the singing, because I've not done a musical for years. And then when I found out that it was all going to be a cappella, then I was like, okay, we have to really hone in the like musical ear.
It requires everyone to have a really strong inner clock, because in the moments where they aren't using body percussion, for me are my favorites, because they're all having to really listen to each other, but not just to the sound that they're making, but listen and feel for each other in a kind of invisible way to try to kind of keep that internal clock synced for everyone. I think everyone should come and watch Choir Boy, because it is a universal story. You know, all of these young men, these characters are all experiencing things that we all as human beings at some point have to deal with, have to face.
You're going to go away having heard some wonderful music by these beautiful and talented young men, and you're going to walk away, I hope, with a little sort of skip in your step, because I think this play at the end is really life-affirming and really positive.